I'm Sarah von Pollaro of Flower Empowered, and I'm the Whole Foods Market flower chef. Well, I wanted to make some arrangements in honor of Earth Day. The first thing I did was look in my recycling container and find, I'd say, containers that I can turn into vases so that I can reuse something that I already have, and also I don't have to spend any money, which is kind of nice. So what I did is I had an assortment of jars and a water bottle, which I just trimmed the top off of right here. I'm gonna set that to the side. And in order to get the labels off of my jars, I had salsa and baby food and all these different things. I just soaked them in the sink with warm water, and the labels came right off. And I think it's gonna make sort of a cool little cluster of arrangements that I could keep together or spread throughout my home. The second thing I wanted to do was just use green and white flowers, right? So a little play on the Earth Day type of theme, but there's also so many beautiful green and white flowers to find in the floral department, so it was a fun challenge. The first flower I grabbed was parrot tulips. These are incredible. You can see they're sort of green and white striped. And in order to prepare them to arrange with, I just pull off any of the greens here that are sort of flipped over or, not looking so happy. And I've got a whole bunch of those here. And I went ahead and did that with the rest of my parrot tulips. But I wanted to show you that some of those leftovers, I can just curl in my hand. I've got the leaf right there, and I'm gonna tuck them down into my vase. Well, these have now become my vases, right? My containers. I think which once had my salsa, now has my tulip green in there, and I'll do another one in here. And it's just kind of a cool way to dress up the inside of your vase and use something that you already have, right? So otherwise I would just put these in the compost, but right now I can use them inside of here. So I'm tucking them in. Looks pretty good. I also have green hydrangea. I'm gonna do the same thing with it. I'm gonna pull off one of the leaves, trim it up here, and actually I'll just split this one in half. All right, and tuck it down into my little jar. I thought this was so sweet. Visiting a friend who just had a little one and snagged the Earth's Best container there because it looks so sweet. And I've got the spice jar here with the hydrangea leaf. All right, I think those are pretty good. Now, tulips sitting here ready to go. The hydrangea, I sort of got it that where I'm just gonna pull off some of the greens and they'll be prepped and ready. Got a few more pieces here. Then I don't have to do anything to my green trix dianthus, which are these beautiful type of dianthus that kind of have a moss-like look and wonderful feel, and then green hypericum berries. So I'm gonna arrange as a group. And I do this a lot where instead of doing each vase sort of individually, I just start picking up and going and seeing where flowers kind of land. So I'll put 2 hydrangea there. See, I've got my third one here. I'm gonna stick it down in, and I'll spread this out a bit more so you can see it. Now it's time for those tulips. Oh, so pretty. And I'm just gonna go with the natural shape here where they're sort of flopping over to one side and let that lead in my design, instead of trying to fight against it. Get one up here that's a bit more upright. This one is kind of tilting to the side. I'll stick it in here. And one other thing you can do with some of your leftover tulip greens is take them, curl them in your hand, and then tuck them right down into one of your vases, right? So I'm gonna put it here in that little baby food jar and I've got one more here, and make a nice little sort of base for my flowers to go in, which I'll get next. I've got a few more of these beautiful parrot tulips. Let me bring them over. Here's one, trimmed up, ready to go down in there. So sweet. I love these little arrangements. Okay, and I've got these last 2. Oops, let me cut it here. Cut this one. I'll tell you, it is so fun to get your kids involved in thinking of what kind of containers can be reused. It's a really nice way for them to sort of think about that recycling aspect. Now I have some of the green tricks, so I'll trim down, stick one in here, getting that mossy feel in, and finishing up my green look. Got a few more. I'm gonna stick, let's see, even shorter. This little teeny guy with the green tricks, one here, then the hypericum berries. And I'm just having so much fun making these mini ones. Now the berries. Trim them up. I might put one in here, maybe one down in my jar. And then this last one, I'm just gonna split in two, if you can see that. This way I can put the teeniest little one in my littlest container and the medium-sized one right in here. And I get 2 for 1, which is pretty cool. So now I have my beautiful Earth Day cluster of flowers, and certainly something that you can do at home and start thinking about what you can find that you could reuse and recycle. Thanks so much for watching.